Welcome to Module 1 of our PC Maintenance and Hardware series, taking a computer apart and putting it back together. In this module, we'll walk you through the critical steps of disassembling and reassembling a personal computer. Whether you're new to PC maintenance or looking to enhance your hands-on skills, this is a fundamental practice that every tech-savvy individual should know. Mastering the process of taking a computer apart and putting it back together will not only improve your technical expertise but also empower you to maintain, upgrade, and troubleshoot your own systems. By the end of this module, you'll be comfortable identifying key components, using the right tools, and following best practices to handle your PC's hardware safely and effectively. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to keep delivering quality content for learners like you. By the time you finish this module, you'll have a solid grasp of some key PC maintenance skills. First, you'll learn how to safely take apart and put back together a desktop computer. We'll walk you through identifying the different external ports and major components inside the desktop, showing you how everything connects and works together. You'll also get to know the essential tools you'll need as a computer hardware technician. Next, we'll cover how to disassemble and reassemble a laptop computer safely. Laptops have their own unique challenges, so we'll help you understand the different external ports, slots, and internal components. Plus, we'll discuss some special considerations you need to keep in mind when working with laptops. These are crucial skills if you want to get hands-on with PC hardware and understand how everything fits together. Let's get started. Before we dive into taking apart a computer, it's crucial to follow some safety guidelines to protect both yourself and the equipment. Remove loose jewelry. Rings, bracelets, and watches can get caught on parts or cause a short circuit, so it's best to take them off. Watch out for sharp edges. Computer cases often have sharp edges, so be careful when handling them to avoid cuts. Avoid the monitor and power supply. Never remove the cover or put your hands inside the monitor or power supply. These components can hold dangerous levels of electrical charge, even when unplugged. Power down and unplug the system. Always make sure the computer is powered off and unplugged before you start working on it. Drain any remaining power. After unplugging, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds to drain any leftover power from the system. Never touch the inside of a live computer. Always ensure the computer is off before working inside it to avoid electrical shock. Use an ESD strap or ground mat. Electrostatic discharge, ESD, can damage sensitive components, so wear an ESD strap or use a ground mat to prevent static buildup. Use anti-static bags. When you remove components, place them in anti-static bags to protect them from static electricity. Following these guidelines will help ensure a safe and successful experience as you work on your computer. When working on a computer, it's important to stay organized and keep track of everything you do. Here are some tips to help you along the way. Make notes for backtracking. As you disassemble the computer, jot down notes or take pictures so you can easily backtrack and reassemble it later. This will save you time and frustration. Keep small parts in one place. Staying organized is key, especially when dealing with tiny screws and components. Use a small container or magnetic tray to keep everything in one place. You'll also need a few essential tools to get the job done right. As a computer hardware technician, these are some of the tools you should always have on hand. ESD strap. To protect your components from static electricity, always wear an ESD strap. Flathead screwdriver. Useful for prying open cases or working with screws that have a single slot. Phillips head or crosshead screwdriver. This is your go-to tool for most screws you'll encounter. Torx screwdriver set, size T15. Some computers use Torx screws, so it's good to have a set handy, especially the T15 size. Insulated tweezers. Perfect for picking up small parts or working in tight spaces without risking a short circuit. By staying organized and using the right tools, you'll make the process of taking apart and putting back together a computer much smoother and more efficient. Let's talk about the computer case, which is also sometimes called the chassis. The case is the enclosure that holds all the important components of your computer, including the power supply, motherboard, processor, memory modules, expansion cards, hard drive, optical drive, and any other drives. Computer cases come in different forms depending on the type of computer you're working with. Tower case, typically used for desktop computers and designed to stand upright. Desktop case, a more compact option that usually lies flat on a desk. All-in-one case, combines the monitor and the computer's internal components into a single unit. Mobile case, found in laptops, designed for portability. Now, let's move on to loopback plugs. These are handy tools used to test the network port in a computer or other device to ensure that the port is functioning properly. Loopback plugs can also be used to test the throughput or speed of a port, making them a valuable tool for troubleshooting network issues. Understanding the role of the computer case and the use of loopback plugs will help you effectively manage and troubleshoot hardware setups. Before you start taking apart your computer, it's important to prepare properly to protect both your data and the hardware. Here's a quick checklist to get you ready. Back up important data. Always back up your important files before working on your computer. This ensures that you don't lose anything important if something goes wrong. Power down the system and unplug it. Make sure the computer is powered off and unplugged. Don't forget to unplug any other peripherals as well, like your monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Drain any residual power. Press and hold the power button for about 3 seconds to discharge any remaining electricity. Get organized. Have a plastic bag or cup handy to hold screws and small parts. This helps you stay organized and prevents you from losing anything. Open the case cover. Carefully open the case cover to access the internal components. Be gentle to avoid damaging any parts. Use your ESD strap. Clip your ESD strap to the side of the computer case to prevent static electricity from damaging sensitive components. Following these steps will ensure a smooth and safe start as you work on your computer. Now that the case is open, let's take a look at the main components you'll find inside. Motherboard, processor, and cooler. The motherboard is the main circuit board that holds the processor, which is the brain of the computer, and the cooler, which helps keep the processor from overheating. Expansion cards. These are additional cards that can be added to the motherboard to expand the computer's capabilities. Examples include graphics cards, sound cards, and network cards. Memory modules, also known as RAM. These modules provide the system with the memory it needs to run programs and process data quickly. Hard drives and other drives. Hard drives store all your data, from the operating system to your personal files. You may also find other drives, like optical drives, for reading CDs or DVDs. Power supply. This component converts the electricity from your wall outlet into a form that the computer can use. It powers all the components inside the case. Each of these components plays a vital role in making your computer run smoothly. Understanding them is key to effectively assembling or troubleshooting your system. Form factors define the size, shape, and mounting positions of computer components to ensure compatibility. They're essential for making sure your case, power supply, and motherboard fit together properly. Two common form factors are ATX, Advanced Technology Extended, the standard size, offering plenty of room for expansion. Micro ATX, a smaller version of ATX, ideal for compact builds. Knowing these form factors helps you choose compatible components for your computer build or upgrade. An ATX power supply includes several connectors to power different components. 4-pin and 8-pin auxiliary connectors provide extra 12 volts power for high-performance CPUs. 24-pin or 20-plus 4-pin P1 connector supplies power to the motherboard. The older 20-pin P1 connector is still compatible with this connector. 6-pin and 8-pin PCIe connectors. These connect directly to the video card, which often requires the most power in a system. Understanding these connectors helps ensure that your power supply can support all your system's components effectively. The Micro ATX, MATX, form factor is a compact version of the ATX standard, designed to reduce system costs by reducing the number of expansion slots on the motherboard, decreasing the power requirements for the board, allowing for a smaller case size, which helps cut down on space and cost. The Micro ATX uses a 24-pin P1 connector for power but generally has fewer extra wires and connectors compared to the ATX power supply. This makes it a practical choice for more affordable and space-efficient builds. When you need to remove components from your computer, it's important to stay organized and handle everything carefully. Draw a diagram. Before disconnecting anything, make a quick sketch or take a photo of all the cable connections to the motherboard, expansion cards, and drives. This will help you remember where everything goes when it's time to reassemble. To remove an expansion card, disconnect any cables attached to the card. Remove the screw securing the card to the case. Gently remove the card, grasp it with both hands and lift it straight up. You can slightly rock it end to end if needed, but avoid bending it. Be careful not to touch the edge connectors or the chips on the card to prevent damage. To remove the motherboard, depending on your system, you might need to remove the drives or power supply to gain access. Once you're ready to remove the motherboard, follow these steps. Unplug the power supply lines connected to the motherboard. Unplug SATA cables that connect to your drives. Disconnect front panel connectors. These are the wires leading from the front of the case to the motherboard. Disconnect any other cables or wires attached to the motherboard. Remove the screws holding the motherboard to the case. Carefully lift the motherboard out, keeping in mind its connections and screws for reassembly. When your computer won't boot and you suspect a hardware issue, a post-diagnostic card can be a valuable tool. Here's what you need to know. Post, Power On Self-Test, is a series of checks performed by the startup BIOS, UEFI when the computer powers on. If there's an issue, the post can help identify it. Firmware refers to the programs and data stored on the motherboard that control the hardware. If you encounter boot problems, install the post card in an expansion slot on the motherboard. The card monitors the boot process and reports any errors it detects, helping you pinpoint the issue. Using a post card is a straightforward way to diagnose and troubleshoot hardware-related boot problems. When it's time to remove the power supply from your computer case, follow these steps carefully. Locate the screws that attach the power supply to the case. Avoid removing any screws that hold the power supply housing together. Check for recessed slots. Sometimes, the power supply is secured to the case by slots on the underside. Turn the case over to see if they're present. Slide the power supply in the correct direction to free it from the case. After removal, it's important to test the power supply. Use a power supply tester to check the output of each power connector. Alternatively, use a digital multimeter to measure voltage, resistance, or continuity. These tests ensure your power supply is functioning properly before reinstalling or replacing it. Drives in your computer are essential for data storage and communication. They receive power from a cable connected to the power supply and communicate with the system through a cable attached to the motherboard. When you need to remove a drive, keep these tips in mind. Check for screws. Drives are often secured by screws on each side, attaching them to the drive bay. Look for a catch. Some drives have a catch underneath that needs to be released. Clipping mechanisms. Certain drive bays use clips to hold the drive in place. Front removal. Some drives can only be removed through the front of the case, so be aware of this when disassembling. Removable bays. In some cases, especially for smaller hard drives, there may be a removable bay that makes the process easier. By following these tips, you can safely remove drives without damaging any components. Once you've replaced or repaired components in your computer, it's time to reassemble everything. Here's how to do it. Refer to your diagrams or photos. Use any diagrams or photos you made during disassembly to guide you through reassembly. Install components in order. Start by installing the motherboard, power supply, followed by the drives and expansion cards. Tip: it might be easier to connect the cables to the drives before sliding them into their bays. Place the motherboard inside the case. Ensure the ports and screw holes are aligned properly. Connect power cords. Attach the power cords from the power supply to the motherboard. Connect front panel wires. Attach the wires from the front panel of the case to the front panel header on the motherboard. To orient larger connectors, look for a small triangle marking pin 1 on the connector and align it with pin 1 on the motherboard. Connect wires to front panel ports. This includes connections for audio or USB ports. Install expansion cards. Insert the video card and any other expansion cards. Double-check connections. Make sure every connection is secure. Reconnect peripherals. Plug in your keyboard, monitor, and mouse. Power on. Turn on the power and check that your PC is functioning properly. If it doesn't start up, the issue is likely a loose connection. By carefully following these steps, you'll have your computer back up and running in no time. Knowledge check. Which of the following steps should be performed first when reassembling a PC? Connect the power supply cables to the motherboard, install the video card and other expansion cards. Connect the wire leads from the front panel of the case to the motherboard, or verify that all connections are properly secured. Answer: connect the power supply cables to the motherboard. Connect the power supply cables to the motherboard is the correct first step because the power supply needs to be connected to provide power to the motherboard and other components. Without this crucial step, the system won't function or be able to test other components. Connecting the power first ensures that when you install and connect other components, the system is ready to operate. Whereas desktops tend to have more standardized part and room to work, disassembling laptops and replacing parts can be more challenging. Laptops, also known as notebooks, are designed for portability, and many can be just as powerful as desktop computers. There's a variety of laptops to suit different needs. Touchscreen laptops. These allow you to write directly on the screen with a stylus, combining the convenience of a tablet with the functionality of a laptop. Convertible laptops. Some models come with a rotating or removable screen, giving you the flexibility to use them as both a laptop and a tablet. Netbooks. These are smaller, less expensive laptops with fewer features, ideal for basic tasks like browsing the web or word processing. All-in-one computers. These systems combine the monitor and computer case into a single unit, using components common to both laptops and desktops, offering a compact solution without sacrificing performance. Understanding these different laptop varieties can help you choose the right one for your needs, whether you prioritize portability, power, or cost. Laptops are designed to be compact, which means they often have fewer ports than desktop computers. However, you'll typically find a few key ports on most laptops. USB ports. These are the most common and can be used to connect various devices, like flash drives, external hard drives, and even your phone. Network ports, also known as RJ45 ports. These allow you to connect to the internet via an Ethernet cable for a wired network connection. Audio ports. These let you plug in headphones, microphones, or speakers. But what if your laptop doesn't have the specific port you need? That's where USB dongles come in handy. These small adapters can plug into your laptop's USB port and provide the connection you're missing. Here are a few examples. USB to RJ45 dongle. If your laptop doesn't have a network port, you can use this dongle to connect to a wired network. USB to Wi-Fi dongle. Perfect for older laptops without built-in Wi-Fi. This dongle lets you connect to wireless networks. USB to Bluetooth adapter. If your laptop doesn't support Bluetooth, this dongle allows you to connect Bluetooth devices like wireless headphones or speakers. These dongles are small, affordable, and can greatly extend the functionality of your laptop, ensuring you can stay connected and productive no matter what ports your device has. While laptops are fantastic for portability, sometimes you might want the comfort and efficiency of a desktop setup without giving up the mobility of your laptop. This is where docking stations and port replicators come into play. Docking stations. Some laptops come with a special connector called a docking port. This port allows you to connect your laptop to a docking station, which can then connect to a full-sized monitor, a desktop keyboard, an AC power adapter, and various other peripherals. With one quick connection, your laptop can transform into a desktop-like setup, giving you the best of both worlds: mobility and full functionality. Port replicators, also known as universal docking stations, these devices serve a similar purpose but are more versatile. They connect to your laptop via USB or Thunderbolt and provide a range of ports, allowing you to hook up your monitor, keyboard, mouse, and other devices easily. Unlike docking stations, which are often brand-specific, port replicators can usually work with any laptop. Using these tools is simple. Plug all your peripherals into the docking station or port replicator first. Then, when you're ready to work, connect your laptop to the station. This setup allows you to quickly switch from a portable laptop to a powerful desktop-like environment, giving you the flexibility to work in any setting. When it comes to replacing parts or repairing laptops, there are a few important factors to keep in mind. Cost. Laptops and their replacement parts tend to be more expensive than those for desktop PCs. This is partly due to their compact design and the integration of components. OEM warranty. Laptops often come with an original equipment manufacturer (OEM) warranty. This warranty provides coverage for certain repairs and replacements, but it's crucial to understand its terms and conditions. Service manuals and diagnostic software. Manufacturers usually provide specific service manuals and diagnostic tools for laptops. These resources can help you troubleshoot issues but are often less detailed than those for desktops. Customized OS installation. Laptops frequently come with a customized version of the operating system, OS. This OS installation can include manufacturer-specific features or drivers, which can complicate reinstallation or upgrades. Ordering replacement parts. Unlike desktops, where parts can often be sourced from multiple vendors, laptop replacement parts generally need to be ordered directly from the laptop manufacturer or an authorized dealer. This can limit your options and potentially increase costs. Understanding these factors can help you make informed decisions about maintaining and repairing your laptop, ensuring that you are prepared for any potential issues that may arise. When dealing with laptop issues, it's crucial to understand your warranty and have the right information at hand. Warranty check. Before you attempt any repairs or servicing, always check if your laptop is still under warranty. This can save you from potential costs and ensure that you don't void any existing coverage. Contacting technical support. If you need to contact technical support, make sure you have the following information ready: laptop model and serial number, purchaser's name, phone number, address. Having these details on hand will help streamline the support process and ensure you receive the assistance you need. Service manuals and information. Service manuals are invaluable resources. They provide detailed instructions for safely disassembling your laptop and performing repairs. By following these guides, you can work more efficiently and reduce the risk of damaging your device. Understanding and utilizing your warranty, having the right information ready, and using service manuals effectively will help you manage your laptop's maintenance and repair needs more efficiently. To help identify and troubleshoot issues with your laptop, most manufacturers provide diagnostic software. This software can be a valuable tool in determining which components may need replacing. Here's where you can find and use these diagnostic tools. Manufacturer's website. Many laptop manufacturers offer diagnostic tools available for download on their official websites. This is often the most up-to-date source for the software. Bundled CDs. Some laptops come with diagnostic software on CDs included in the original packaging. These CDs can be used to run tests on your laptop's components. On the hard drive. In some cases, diagnostic tools are pre-installed on the laptop's hard drive. You can usually access these tools through the laptop startup menu or system diagnostics options. Using these diagnostic tools will help you pinpoint hardware issues more accurately, making it easier to determine the necessary repairs or replacements. Make sure to run these tests before deciding on any hardware replacements or seeking technical support. Sometimes, you might need to open up your laptop to upgrade memory, replace a hard drive, or fix a failed component. Here are some important tips to keep in mind for working on laptops. Smaller tools. Laptops have smaller screws and nuts compared to desktops, so you'll need smaller tools for the job. Make sure you have the right tools on hand before you start. Patience is key. Working on laptops often requires more patience due to their compact design and intricate components. Take your time to avoid mistakes and ensure everything is done correctly. Wear an ESD strap. Always wear an electrostatic discharge (ESD) strap to protect your laptop's sensitive components from static electricity damage. Organize screws. Tape screws onto a piece of paper or keep them beside the manufacturer's documentation. This will help you keep track of which screws go where and prevent them from getting lost. Methodical work. Work methodically to keep all screws and components organized. This approach will make reassembly easier and ensure nothing gets misplaced. By following these tips, you'll be able to handle laptop upgrades and repairs more effectively and with greater confidence. When disassembling a laptop, keep these important tips in mind to ensure a smooth and effective process. Find the hardware service manual. Always start by locating the laptop's hardware service manual. This guide will provide specific instructions and diagrams for safely disassembling your laptop. Warranty considerations. Be aware that opening the laptop case might void the warranty. Check your warranty terms before proceeding with any disassembly. Take your time, don't rush the process. Take your time and avoid forcing any parts. Patience is crucial to prevent damage to delicate components. Pry up plastic covers. Use a dental pick or a small screwdriver to gently pry up plastic covers. Avoid using excessive force to prevent cracking or damaging the plastic. Handle plastic screws carefully. Some laptops use plastic screws that can only be used once. Handle them with care and be prepared to replace them if necessary. Disassemble in order. Follow a systematic approach and disassemble components in the order specified in the service manual. This helps keep track of where each part belongs and ensures nothing is missed. Use a spudger. A plastic or metal spudger is useful for sliding along seals and gently prying open components. This tool helps minimize damage to the laptop's interior. By following these tips, you'll make the disassembly process more manageable and reduce the risk of damaging your laptop. When working on your laptop, it's important to follow a systematic order for removing components to ensure everything goes smoothly. Here's a typical sequence to follow. Remove or disable the battery pack. Start by removing or disabling the battery pack to prevent any power-related issues during disassembly. Remove the hard drive. Next, take out the hard drive. This step might involve unscrewing or releasing it from its bay. Remove memory. After the hard drive, carefully remove the memory modules. Make sure to handle them by the edges to avoid static damage. Remove the wireless card. Then, take out the wireless card. It might be secured with screws or clips, so handle it gently. Remove the optical drive. If your laptop has an optical drive, remove it next. This usually involves unscrewing it or sliding it out of its slot. Crack the case. Once the major components are removed, you can proceed to open the case. Be careful not to force anything. Gently pry it open if necessary. Remove the keyboard bezel. Finally, remove the keyboard bezel. This step often requires detaching clips or screws that hold it in place. Following this order will help you disassemble your laptop methodically and ensure you don't miss any crucial steps. All-in-one computers combine elements from both desktops and laptops into a single unit. They use components that are sized for a desktop but may also include some laptop-like features. When it comes to replacing parts in an all-in-one computer, keep the following in mind. Proprietary components. Many all-in-one computers use proprietary components, meaning they are specifically designed for that particular model. This often requires you to purchase replacement parts directly from the manufacturer. Check the service manual. Always refer to the service manual for detailed instructions on replacing parts. The manual will provide specific directions and help ensure you follow the correct procedures for your model. By understanding these aspects, you'll be better prepared to manage maintenance and repairs for all-in-one computers effectively. Maintaining your laptop properly can help ensure its longevity and performance. Here are some key guidelines to follow. Avoid sharp objects on the LCD panel. Never touch or press on the LCD panel with sharp objects. This can damage the screen and affect visibility. Handle with care. Avoid picking up or holding the laptop by the lid. Instead, support it from the base to prevent stress on the hinges. Use recommended battery packs. Always use battery packs that are recommended by the manufacturer. Using non-recommended batteries can lead to compatibility issues or even safety hazards. Protect during transport. Don't tightly pack your laptop in a suitcase. Use a dedicated carrying case to provide cushioning and prevent damage during travel. Avoid movement during hard drive access. When the hard drive is being accessed, e.g., when it's busy reading or writing data, avoid moving the laptop. This prevents potential data corruption or hardware damage. Keep away from strong magnetic fields. Don't place your laptop near appliances or devices that generate strong magnetic fields, as this can interfere with its operation. Use password protection. Always set up passwords to protect your laptop from unauthorized access. This is crucial for safeguarding your personal and sensitive information. Following these guidelines will help you maintain your laptop in good working condition and ensure it remains reliable for your needs. Knowledge check. Your 4-year-old laptop is displaying error messages indicating a failed wireless card. What is the first step you should take to prepare for replacing the wireless card? Use only manufacturer-recommended battery packs during the repair. Check the service manual for instructions on replacing the wireless card. Ensure the laptop is not tightly packed in a suitcase while performing the repair. Or avoid touching the LCD panel with sharp objects during the repair. Answer. Check the service manual for instructions on replacing the wireless card. Checking the service manual first provides you with detailed instructions specific to your laptop model, ensuring a correct and efficient repair. This step helps avoid errors that could damage the laptop or lead to improper installation. Following the manual's guidance will help you complete the replacement process safely and effectively. Now that you've reviewed the material, it's time to assess your understanding. Rate your confidence in each major concept on a scale from 1 to 5, where 1 means not confident, and 5 means highly confident. If you rate yourself less than a 4, go back and review the relevant sections of the lesson or seek additional resources to strengthen your knowledge. Here are the concepts to evaluate. Disassemble and reassemble a desktop computer safely. Identify external ports and major components inside a desktop and laptop computer. Identify various tools needed as a computer hardware technician. Understand special concerns when supporting and maintaining laptops. Take a moment to reflect on your understanding of these topics. Your self-assessment will help you identify areas where you might need further study to ensure you're well prepared. In this module, we explored essential skills for maintaining and servicing computers. We covered how to safely disassemble and reassemble both desktop and laptop computers, identified key components and ports, and discussed the necessary tools for a computer hardware technician. We also reviewed special considerations for laptops, including handling and maintenance tips. Thank you for joining us for this module. If you found the information helpful, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue providing valuable content. Stay tuned for more insightful lessons on computer maintenance and hardware.